All right, man. We had some quality highlights. We're finally to another final with the Viper and Yo.
Yeah, I really like that Dave guy on the commentary. He's great.
He's
I
all
think
right. I'd like to
yeah,
cast with him at some point, you know?
yeah, he's underrated.
Yeah.
Any big companies out there looking for
Sounds
commentator?
like he's bald, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's very bald sounding. So Viper versus Yo coming up in the grand final here. Best of 7. We already have our predictions. Can Yo take a series from Viper? Is your prediction, by the way, is that 100% how you feel, or is that
No, it's not how I
hypecaster in
feel.
you?
It's not how I feel. It's Viper in a tournament final. I think Viper will probably win 4-1 or 4-2, but I would like to believe that Yo could win. And so we're going to believe it into existence here with my Yo 4-2 prediction. But yeah, man, you can't like Hidden Cup 3 where like if there is Viper there, he's not playing well. I said earlier to Nilly, who disagreed, which is fine. I said that I didn't think Viper was playing up to his potential early in this tournament, and then he just stomped Hera, so it's just Viper. He's a beast.
Okay, looking at the map picks and bans, I'll look at Viper's side. He's gone for, actually no, I'll look at Yo's side because I see that first map. He's gone for Kawasan, Cross, Sinkhole, and he's banned Golden Swamp. What do you think about that?
Get rid of Golden Swamp. Well, Viper, the final game he played against Hera was Golden Swamp, and Hera had some control of the middle too, so Yo might not have liked that. The Viper has gone for Aztlan, so we will probably see Indians picked by one of them. He has banned Wings, which is fascinating. I think because Yo loves to go forward on that map, or has the potential to. And then Golden Pit and Land Madness are the final home maps for the Viper. How many home maps have we seen from Viper?
we've seen 2. We saw one against Fire, Land Madness, and then we saw Acropolis against Doubt, right? And we can see the Civ picks here. It looks like Mr. Yo got 2 of his Meso Civs. Viper actually sniped the other Meso Civ, and in true form, Yo bans it right away, so no one can have Meso Civs if Yo doesn't have it, apparently, according to all of his Civ drafts so far.
Yeah, Yo loves it. Wow, the first picks, too. So no Incas, no Aztecs.
Well, he saw how
really
good...
believe in... Yeah, go ahead.
Yo saw how good Viper was with Incas 2 straight sets on Arabia, right? So maybe just get rid of him first. Pick him first.
Right. Again, another draft where Vikings isn't banned and Aztecs is preferred. Viper has Vikings, Indians, Ethiopians, Khmer, Japanese. These are all normal. And then, wait for it, Teutons. Picked it pretty high up as well with Berbers and Cumans below.
Yeah, he's gone for the Berbers pick once again and the Cumans. We didn't see the Cumans in that set. Obviously, we didn't get late enough to see that. And we haven't seen Berbers from Viper yet. We saw it from Leary on Acropolis. But Viper hasn't picked Acropolis here, so...
Yeah, no Acropolis. Maybe he didn't like how that game went for him. Game 1 will be on Arabia. I would just say this, guys. There are opportunities for these players when they're up against Viper. There's small little time windows. Hera in his set, there were time windows for him to do damage, get some counterattacks in, and stop Viper from controlling the map. He didn't take that. Obviously, the saying is he didn't play to win. He was playing to win, but he didn't really try and make a final push and make any big risky moves. I think Yo's going to have to take some risks today. And Dave, he probably is going into this without much stress because he's faced Viper before. Viper wins virtually every tournament. So if he's expected to lose, he should just go for it.
Yep, and we're going to get right into the games here. Arabia game has been launched, so we will join that shortly.
All right. Game 1, guys, best of 7. The only best of 7 in this tournament. All right. So, here we are, game number 1. This is going to be a very fast-paced start, but before it gets started, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watching right now on Twitch and YouTube. We have people watching multiple language streams. It's a great day for Age of Empires. Thank you, Red Bull. Thank you, Take TV. Thank you, everyone. It is not lost on me that we are currently casting a 20-year-old game with 20,000 euro prize pool. It's amazing, and I'm really glad to be able to be a part of this, Dave. Viper's playing as the Khmer, and Yo has gone for Mayans.
Well, we've seen this before, and where is Mr. Yo the most dangerous? It's when he has Mayans, it's when he has Aztecs, it's when he has even Incas in his back pocket, and he's chosen that here. He's gone for the wall offs immediately, one archery range down from him, and he's kind of harassing Viper early with the Eagle. Viper's gone for an archery range as well, probably to make skirmishers early.
All right. Yep. What's really cool about Mesociv, so we've talked about the negative things, but you can create early Eagles, whereas if you're in Viper's position, you're not going to make Spearmen or Militia normally. Good early pressure from Yo, and Viper's not doing too much right now except just defending, and will he lose this villager, or will he just hop in a house?
I think he might hop in a house, but Yo's right there.
Whoop!
Yeah, there's a house right there. Yo has denied Viper off that gold, though, for the time being, so that's less gold coming in for him. Viper going for the skirmishers, countered by the Eagles, which is a choice that Yo started making right away.
Yeah, all right. Good move from Yo. Now Viper's adding the stable. I think Viper, again, has gone for the eco approach. Getting those eco upgrades. Doesn't have that many farmers yet, and it takes a while to kick in for Khmer. But Yo decides to back up. That Eagle's actually pretty weak. Something Viper did there, Dave. He wanted Yo to lose HP on that Eagle with that Vil. So it's a little bit weaker in this situation, but now there's two.
Well, there's another one. There's another one coming forward, and now those skirmishers have to run. Viper has to be worried about his gold, so he can't just go directly up to the Castle Age. He needs to produce military in Feudal. And this forward pressure, it's basically giving Yo time to effectively wall his base. And I've noticed something he did, which he didn't do in his previous set. He walled outside of the gold rather than to the gold. Remember how many villagers he lost on that one?
Oh, man. Leary won the game with that attack, I remember. Amazing. Just confidence under pressure here from Viper, though. The skirmishers constantly attacking the archers, then the scouts are out. And as Yo...
Picks two of them.
Yeah,
just really nice.
Is this why Meso are just not dominant? Because Scout and Skirm is so strong? It's amazing start for Viper.
Yeah, especially with Khmer, where you get that food in so quickly. Look at the food count going up, and he produced skirmishers and he produced scouts. Should be on the way soon, but once again, Mayans, really, really nice civ economically. Obviously, your resources last longer, and your units aren't that expensive that you're usually going to produce, so Yo might actually click up first.
I'd like to see Yo complete the walls here. This is kind of a shame. He could have walled to the edge of the map. It really bothers me, but because of Viper's pressure, he decides to do it this way. And there goes Viper on the way to Castle Age. Yo will follow right behind. I guess it's decision-making time for Yo, because if Viper has the skirms out, you don't want to go archers. But if Viper has a stable and is making stable units, you don't necessarily want to go eagles either.
I think eagles is probably the play, though, against Khmer, right? Like, if you go archers, you get countered so easily by, like, one or two scorpions with a couple knights in front. I feel like Eagles is the play, and then you can mix in some archers later if you need to. We'll see what Yo opts to go for. He's going for a second barracks, so Eagles is definitely the play for him.
Second barracks, second mining camp, and two armies, too. Could get some easy damage in here. Two archers with fletching on one of Viper's villagers. That house is not complete, so the Khmer villager cannot hide inside of it. Quick, finish your house, buddy. All right, he goes down there, and Viper was perhaps distracted by the other army on the other side, which is why his skirmishers weren't there to defend. Viper should clean this up, but good damage from Yo to get some villager kills at least.
Yeah, and he's forcing some idle time on that wood line too. The problem with garrisoning villagers and houses is that you can't really attack the military that's camping underneath them, right?
Yeah.
And now Yo's going to go back around to the villagers that were on the ostrich. Viper has to run with those.
This is so good.
The key to this game is going to revolve around whether Yo can take control of that hill in front of Viper's main gold. That hill is so important in between these two bases, and we'll see which player can control that.
Well, they both got hills, too, so you're spot on, man. And the hills are right next to each other. Massive hill in front of Yo's main gold as well. And a lot of golds and stones outside of the walls. I really want to point out, again, how good that was from Yo to have a little bit of momentum and control right before Castle Age. Viper still has some of his army chasing down these archers. Yo doesn't care about them anymore.
No, they've done the damage. I don't like how he lost two eagles for free against the army in the north, and Viper's going for elephants.
The risk of elephants is that they're slow, I guess, right? They're tanky, but they're slow.
And they can be converted.
And they're also expensive. Converted,
and they're expensive, so your opponent has easy counters for them, but it's a massive power spike. in early Castle Age, especially against Eagles. Eagles do not take favorable engagements
Fly
against
away.
Elephants.
Fly away, Eagles. Fly away. They have more mobility than the Elephants, but what Viper's going for, with the Scouts too, is probably pick off any monks with the Scouts, kill everything else with those Eagles.
Oh, is Yo gonna open the gate for him? Yes, he opened the gate for him, and now Viper's in with Scouts, and that's the last thing you want to see if you're any player.
Yeah.
Viper in with 2 annoying Scouts. Maybe only Hera is more annoying with those, but he stopped moving, so Yo got some free hits.
Yeah, I feel like Viper might want those Scouts out in the middle, actually, so he could pick off the monks when they run forward. If Yo just sends his monks out that gate, there's not much that can really happen here. But what an aggressive start. We have pikemen now for Yo, so he's thinking of eagles and pikes, which I like since he has infantry upgrades.
But I feel like Viper deliberately forced him into this. He made a few elephants so that Yo had to make monks, had to make pikes, and now he's adding that siege workshop. He's going to start adding scorpions too to supplement his army. And is Yo going to see that siege workshop? That's kind of important for him to know.
Yep, he sees it. Yeah, it's a much higher HP army for Viper right now, and he also kept the scout alive. Look at him on the prowl here, looking for the monks, sees the monks, says, okay. The value these guys get from their military units are insane. Yo's just passing, unfortunately. How many pikemen does he have? So we'll have 5 pikemen, 7 eagles, and a monk. Viper will have knights, a few elephants. He's actually patrolling around in the south, which is kind of peculiar. Could go either way still.
Viper with the 3rd TC earlier, and I think he had the more expensive composition, right? Just such good eco behind this as the Eagles are coming forward. Good micro from Yo to split them up and avoid most of those shots.
Where's the scout? The scout will swoop in from Viper. He wants the monks. Yo sees it. Viper will not kill a monk with the scout anyways. This is still a great fight for Viper. That's an amazing fight for Viper.
It's the longest conversion ever.
Oh, he deleted the elephant. The elephant was being converted. Sad times for the elephant. Will the monk go down? He will go down. Wow, that was crazy, man. After it's all said and
so
done,
funny.
Yo has a lot more on the hill.
Yeah, it's funny because, you know, we thought that's a better engagement for Viper. You know, he picked off the monks. He killed the eagles. He got some good scorpion hits, but Yo was just more military. And that's the danger of going elephants, right? Is that you have to delete them against conversions like that, and it's such an expense.
Dave.
The remaining 3 elephants are at the bottom, by the way.
Yo is on stone. He doesn't just have 3 or 4 on stone. He has quite a few.
If he gets a castle on that hill, like I said, that hill is so important. If he gets one there, it could be devastating for Viper. And Viper, I think, making a tech switch into crossbows. Okay.
So that's a good play against pikes. It's not a great play if it's Pike Maginot. And Yo has the Siege Workshop here. That is not something that Viper sees. Viper's probably expecting Yo to do most everything from home at this point because they're so close anyways. But that could really surprise the Viper. It's not like him to switch into something that's already going to be countered.
Viper a bit farther ahead on the eco. He had that 3rd TC earlier than Yo, but Yo with the Mayans, what do I call it? The Mayan privilege? You can get away with things with a smaller eco than other civs might have.
Here's the surprise.
Both players kind of building up right now.
8 range on the Scorpion, 7 range on the Maganels. Does that sound kind of silly? Yes, that's Khmer. 8 range is not something that Yo's going to take lightly. And did he just delete?
Yo just delete the... Oh, he's putting a castle there. I was wondering why delete the Siege Workshop. A lot of players would be super stubborn about that. Maybe put the castle a bit too far forward. But Yo just...
It bothers me though,
Get
Dave.
that Siege Workshop out.
Like, why not build the Siege Workshop somewhere else then? You could use another Maganel right now. That's so peculiar. But okay, I guess maybe the safe approach, right? Get the castle up.
Yeah, when he dropped the Siege Workshop, maybe he was hoping he could get the castle on that forward hill. So now he's just going to get it in a safer position. And is he going down to convert the elephants in the south?
He saw them down there. Viper, I don't know if he's forgotten about them or what.
He's going to make Viper delete all of these.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Viper. Don't do it. Hello? Okay.
That's kind of important.
That Viper hasn't accomplished much with the elephants at all this game. And now 2 elephants for the Mayan player. Let's go.
Okay, so does Yo prioritize going up to Imperial Age now? He's going to the ostrich and the zebra with those villagers, which will give him a lot of extra food to maybe click up, but obviously Viper with Khmer
Yeah,
It's the food
I saw him
fast
build the
too.
mill there. That's not something you see commonly in this age, right? But villagers are there anyways. Viper's investing a lot more into Castle Age with upgrades, Dave, and units. He has crossbow, bodkin, ballistics. He has knights
You see what he
moving
did
around.
with the Eagles? The Eagles were attacking the house, and he brought a villager around and walled them in. And now he's gonna
Oh
hit them with the
my
scorpion.
god, dude. Yo. Yo, you can't let that happen, yo.
But Yo converted the villager. He's like, I do not like you. Come to my side.
Oh, but now, since the monk converted the villager, he can't convert the knights. The knights take out the Mangonel, and Viper traps the eagles, which I have to say, also haven't accomplished much. So Viper's elephants, Yo's eagles, not doing much at all this game. I'm just really focused on this raid from Viper. He's going the long way around.
Yeah, he's going the super long way around. He's also got elephants attacking his market. And Yo's up to Imperial Age.
I like the idea of those elephants switching sides multiple times throughout this game. Oh man, quick walls from Yo. Good job. But
really
now there's
good
crossbows
from Yo.
there. Can't take it anyways.
Yeah, but he can run away. The stone walls is such a nice touch. So now he knows that Viper's army is going to have to travel all the way around to get anywhere important. Otherwise, they're going to waste so much time on those stone walls. He's up to the Imperial Age. Viper is also up to the Imperial Age. But Viper, only one castle. Yo with two. Although it's going to be an awkward position for Yo to fight with this wood line in the middle.
I think Viper's going to buy himself quite a bit of time with this army as well. Obviously, this needs to be dealt with. So Yo had to leave gold when he wanted to be on gold. He's sending the elephants back. But Yo has to deal with this, so I hope for Yo's sake that he's able to still focus on the front.
Yo has enough stone for another castle, too. Does he put a castle to the north on that hill? Kind of get 3 spread out, and then he's got potentially 3 for trebuchets.
I think it kind of depends on his confidence level. Normally, you want to play late game safe and build castles all along the hills and the crucial resources, but that's what Hera did, and then Viper out late gamed him. So maybe instead, you actually do go castles all in the same spot and try and win this in early Imperial Age. Not allow it to get to late game where Viper's very good with Khmer.
It's been so solid from both players.
Yep.
No big mess ups here. Really, like, I think 1 or 2 villagers dead from both sides. The elephants are tracking those crossbows going up north, but Viper already up there with villagers on the neutral gold too.
Yeah, just want to point that out right here. Viper is looking to get relics. He's looking to control golds and hills on other areas of the map. So with Yo having 2 castles, he could start making trebs, and he could push Viper in an area which is very much still important. This area could win the game. In fact, Yo is castling one of Viper's golds to the right of that market. I like this castle a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of a sneaky castle too. Does Viper see this? He does not. So if at some point he sends villagers out there, he might be surprised. But knowing Viper, he'd probably scan before he sends the villagers out. And Yo's putting another castle right where I said it might be, to the north.
I'm struggling to see what Viper's going to do in the Imperial Age right now.
Yo, don't leave with your plumes. Don't leave with your plumes, Yo.
Yo.
Yo, don't leave with your plumes.
It's at 80%,
Kills
70%.
2 villagers from Viper.
Yeah, that's a bit messy, isn't it? But 4 castles with Mayans? That castle's going up. It won't be a doubt castle. I think Viper's just opening up with skirms.
Viper's going to see the castle on the right side, too, in the south, because it's attacking the market. And Yo's losing some plume numbers, but Viper, you were saying, like, what does he do in Imperial with his military? Obviously, the late-game Khmer military with lots of gold is better than Mayans, but the issue is getting the gold, right? As Viper comes in to snipe a trap. Yeah,
we cannot forget about how Viper likes to stall out the game. Like, if he snipes a few trebuchets here, as he takes the rest of the map, he's going to be in control. And also this other army, Dave, Yo had to build a tower. These are all the things Viper does as you try and push down the middle. Yo has more castles. Surely he should have more trebuchets right now, but he doesn't.
Well, like I said, this wood line is just preventing him from pushing effectively, right? Like, you have to get in front of that castle or to the side of that first castle you put down, and your trebs are going to be super exposed.
Yep. And what's he doing?
Misses the Mangonel with the treb shot.
The plumes have to run back to deal with this army. So the plumes that could have helped there have to go back to deal with this. A Viper will take 1 castle out. There's plenty more for him to choose from right now.
Elite Eagle Warrior tech coming in from Yo, and he's dropping another barracks. So maybe he's thinking, if I open it up on the south side of Viper's base with that castle against the market, maybe I can raid, but Viper already dropping a defensive cap. This is why we love Viper. He's so aware. You know, he knows the threat of the raids, and he's going to drop a defensive castle in his base.
He's getting plate barding, so he's definitely going to raid with light cav, but beyond light cav, he doesn't have a lot that can deal with eagles, and if he's expecting the eagle switch, I guess you could make hand cannons. I see Hussar now, but where are Yo's barracks? How many eagles does he have? Dave, that's a decent amount. It's got to be eagles, though, if he's tossing away his castles. This will be the second one.
Well, Yo's got enough stone for another castle, actually.
Dang.
The fourth castle is the one that survives, right? According to Monty Python? Or was it the third? I can't remember. He's trying to put it on the neutral gold to the north.
Is he distracting with the plumes, or is that just chance?
He is. Yeah, I think he's distracting with the plumes.
Okay,
but he needs to send more military over there because Viper will probably come back to that at some point. He also needs to deal with the bomber cannons and the trebs in the middle somehow.
The eagles go in, Dave. Castle's there. Viper quick walls, so the eagles won't do anything. How quick was the reaction after seeing the market go down to just know, yeah, Yo's going to run in there with his eagles?
Well, he knew that 5 minutes ago when he put the castle down.
Yeah.
It's just the beautiful thing about Viper, right? He has so much game experience, he has so much map awareness and situational awareness to be able to put that castle down.
It bothers me how little Yo has pushed up the middle. He's had 4 or 5 castles in this game. Now he has Elite Eagle Warrior. He needs to fight what Viper has. The siege is so vulnerable. Like, 5 eagles could clean this up. And finally, here he comes now to save this next castle. The castle fire is actually helping Viper a lot.
Well, Yo is going to the neutral golds that Viper has, or is trying to secure with a castle right now.
There's hand cannons now.
He realizes that Viper is out there.
This is good from Yo. Take out the trebs, run back and regroup, but do not lose that castle. Yo, take the bombard cannons too.
Take the bombard cannons. Most expensive unit in the game.
So 2 trebs down for Viper.
That's such a big loss.
2 bombard cannons down for Viper.
And is Yo denying this castle in the north? Oh, it was so close. It was so close.
Oh, man, it was close, wasn't it? But at least Yo now knows that's there, and he has a castle to make trebs in the north, too, so.
Yeah, he can take that out, and the Eagle raids are going to come in the left side of Viper's base. What does Viper have there in defense?
Yeah, Viper
Nothing.
Doesn't have anything there in defense. Viper's trying to defend, and Yo's repairing the trebuchet as he tries to make a big push. This is what we're waiting from Mr. Yo. I think he'll defend that treb as well, Dave. Beautiful.
Classic Yo here. He's just diving in with the Eagle Warriors. Yo with Mayans. It's just such a scary thing. We saw their win rate was so low.
Viper's out of stone. Viper just had to buy 100 stone to repair that castle further as eagles are in multiple areas of his base.
It's going down anyway. Yo's got the villagers there. There's 3 trebs now. Eagles are everywhere. The yellow dots all over the map.
Yo has less population, but he's controlling more of the game. He's killing more crucial units, and he has more military. And again, I ask, what is Viper's plan? If it's hand cannons, that's so slow. They're just patrolling in the back of his base right now.
Dude, I'm getting so excited for this series. Just seeing this. Yo looks to be on peak form. Hand cannons, like you said, very, very slow. You have to fight in one spot with those. And the Eagles can use their mobility. They can hit the wood line in the middle. They can hit the farming eco in Viper's base. They can hit the neutral golds in the north. Oh,
and Viper, he has relics in this monastery, Dave. 3 relics. I'm sure Yo would love more gold with that. And Yo seems pretty confident he can take out the monastery and the castle there. I will say that it's a bit risky now that Viper has 14 hand cannons on this part of the screen, so Yo needs probably plumes. But even in the north, Dave, Yo is still spamming, and same thing. You notice how he's hitting at 2 different spots. It's beautiful.
Yeah, he's repairing that treb. There's a cavalier in now. I think he'll be able to wipe up that cavalier before it kills the treb. And like you said before, Viper had to buy stone to repair, and now 2 of his castles are being attacked.
And the Eagles can take out the hand cannons. Mr. Yo wins game 1 against the Viper in this best of 7. What a start to the series, Dave.
What was it? 14% win rate for Mayans?
It's a little bit higher now.
Is that it? Mr. Yo is like, no, this is my civ. This is my map. And Yo taking the game over Viper. Very, very impressive map awareness to go up to the neutral golds at the top. To put that castle at the south, deny that gold from Viper. Viper, it feels like he knew it was coming, but he just couldn't stop it.
Yeah, Khmer normally gain a pretty big lead in Castle Age with their economy, but the Imperial Age times were similar, and that awkward stage where Khmer don't really know what to go for was difficult for Viper. He just went Hussar, and then it took him a long time to make hand cannons, but by the time he had them, Yo was in 3 different spots of his economy and not letting him breathe. So Viper, losing with Khmer, not only did Mayans have a really low win rate in this tournament, but Khmer has one of the highest. So if anything, that was a Civ mismatch in Viper's favor. Now we have to talk about all the Viper home maps, all the potential strategy. Remember, Hera got swept 3-0. Fire got 1 win against Viper. Doubt got 1 win against Viper. So very few players have won more than 1 game against Viper recently in these tournaments. 159 kills. I don't think it's really the kills. It's more so the resources they collected and what they did with it. Yo had so much stone. I don't know where he got that stone from. And then he had way more gold. Whereas Viper was going for more of the late game trash situation with Hussar spam and just couldn't get there.
It felt like Yo was just better at locking down the golds that game. Viper knew he was going to have problems with that one in the south. It was too exposed, so that's why he went to the neutrals. But Yo was there just in time, you know? He trebbed down that castle, he hit the villagers with the eagles, and Viper just, with no gold income to sustain what he needed to make.
Well, that is the start to the finals we would have wanted here, guys. We'll go back now and look at the maps and the civilizations. Since this is a best of 7, the players need to just take a deep breath. This will be a very long set of games, and strategize, take it 1 game at a time. Viper has Aztlan, he has Golden Pit, and he has Land Madness as his home maps. He just lost with Khmer, which is a strong civilization for Land Madness. Am I not seeing things correctly? Is Khmer up there?
Khmer's blended out.
I'm blind. Okay.
Already used it.
Yeah. No, it's like it was right there in front of me. I couldn't see it. Sorry. So hard for us to know what map Viper will go for. If he goes for a map like Land Madness, he used Teutons. So I almost expect that. And Yo would have seen that that's what Viper did in the semifinal. I would prefer to
it's
not...
a final.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about Viper holding back strategies anymore, right?
Exactly.
That's something we talked about throughout this. So maybe we're going to see Golden Pit, which we haven't seen so far, but Viper picked multiple times going into the finals. Maybe we're going to see that come out here.
I would love... I'm not saying this is a great strategy, but I'd love to see Golden Pit Teuton. Not Teuton, sorry. Cumans.
Humans?
Yeah, because you can build a second town center in the Feudal Age, and in this, you start in the Feudal Age.
Okay, well, it looks like the next map is going to be Golden Pit. The game has been launched, so we will get into that pretty soon.
I got my wish. It's Cumans against Saracens. Let's see how quickly Viper builds this TC. You start in Feudal Age. Will he go for an immediate second town center? He is. I think he's going to the middle, Dave. I think Viper wants to walk out to the middle of the map and build a town center. This is risky, though. It takes a long time to build that.
This is the strat. So we were theorizing about what could happen on Golden Pit. You've said it multiple times. Maybe Cumans with that second TC. Viper securing the middle right away. And Yo has gone for a market approach and some safe walls. So he's just going to go FC. I don't see any pressure coming from him with the Saracens.
So I like the strategy because it's different. I don't think this is a strategy. Now, granted, I haven't seen, but I don't think this is a strategy that's a winning strategy, especially if Yo just goes straight for a fast Castle Age. Like, imagine if Yo goes fast Castle Crossbow. The crossbows from Saracens do more damage against buildings.
TC.
Yeah.
He can just kill the TC. So it's going to be really tough for him. We'll see how quickly Viper can get up to Castle Age to kind of counter those units.
I'd like to remind myself here that I did doubt Viper when I saw Teutons, and he made that work. So I doubt he's going into this without any practice. Yo will likely sell all of his stone, buy food, and click up to Castle Age here in a moment, while Viper will be stuck in Feudal Age, trying to keep both his starting and his forward gold town center producing villagers all the time.
Well, he's dropping a market right now, and he's going to have 12 on gold. So does he Saracen style this and just buy his way up to the next stage?
I think right now Viper will need to buy food to keep, like...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know?
Yeah.
There goes Yo.
And for Yo, the question for Yo, I think, is once he gets that crossbow mask, do you even bother with the thing in the middle? Or do you just go to the base from Viper? Because what is Viper going to have, right? Viper's going to be fully walled, but only with Palisade. And Palisade is like tissue paper to Saracen crossbows.
Also, does he go crossbows, or does he just go immediately for Mangonels? Like, it is possible he could build a forward siege workshop. The thing I don't like about going siege is that Viper could realistically go for scouts and defend against siege and monks, whereas if you go for crossbows, there's not much Viper can do at all, except maybe make defensive towers.
Yeah, I think if you're against Cumans and you see they're forever feudal with the 2 TCs, you can't go into a composition that's vulnerable against that, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to support with some pikes. And he's going with a stable in the middle, Mr. Yo.
Okay.
And Viper actually might scout this with that outpost. No, he does not see it.
Did I not speed up? Oh, yep. Well, outpost, we're good. We're live. Yeah, he doesn't
He's
see
getting
it.
Town Watch, though. Viper will see it.
What does he
Getting
do
Town
against
Watch
it, though?
so he knows.
Seeing, this is so unique to me. Obviously, seeing it's nice, so you know it's gonna come in. Town Watch will show. No!
Oh, it doesn't!
What? Thanks, DE.
And the Sneakyville keeps walking. The Sneakyville keeps going.
That is such an Age of Empires 2 thing. How on earth can he not see that? Just because he can't see the tiles it's on means he can't see the top of that stable.
And the siege workshop, forward siege workshop. Viper, does he have any idea about this with Town Watch? He can't see that either.
I have to say, though, Dave.
Oh, man.
The fact that Viper's about to click up to Castle Age is pretty epic. I thought he would be in Feudal Age for way longer.
Well, he had so much on gold, right? All those villagers at the middle, he had so much. Yo's Knight comes in now, forces him to garrison.
So now Viper, not seeing the stable, knows that there's a knight over here. What Viper does not know is the Siege Workshop Monastery that's going up there. But he is on the way to Castle Age. It would not surprise me at all if Viper just makes Step Lancers and tries to snipe the monks in Siege with the Step Lancers.
But him not knowing is kind of gonna hurt him early here in Castle Age. Look, he can't see that monastery. Now he can see the Mangonel. It was just outside of his vision. Mangonel comes in, kills. No, doesn't kill a villager.
Viper's aware. He wants to get the stable up.
The scout too.
Villagers weakens. Now he'll send more vills. Okay, loses one. This is good damage for Yo. This is the first time he's gotten any value from his little attack here. Uh-oh. Viper sees the knight. Viper will not get that stable up again.
Another villager. You know, Cumans are good because you get the Vill lead going into the Castle Age because you're constantly producing. But a ram coming out now from Yo.
I love that play, but I also love the scout from Viper. He'll make quick work of that monk.
So good from Viper. He didn't even see the monks, but he saw the Mangonel, and he figured, I need military units in the Feudal Age to deal with this stuff. Still, Camel out from Mr. Yo. He's hitting the TC. He's killing the siege, or sorry, the stable.
Yeah. I think that stable goes down as well, Dave. Like, the Bloodlines research will complete, but Viper's really panicking right now, and he's not ahead by that many villagers.
How many times did we say that? Viper's panicking.
I know.
Yo has him on the back foot here in this game.
Wow.
Stable's gonna go down, so Viper forced to make 2 more.
How good is Viper's economy behind this? It doesn't look that great. He had to wall behind with houses. He'll have Step Lancer come out, I assume, to take out the siege, just so he can breathe. But he's not breathing with way more economy. You expect 10, 12, maybe 15 more villagers in this situation. Yo has a monk!
Lancers.
Damn.
And Yo has a lot of camels now, so that scout is going to have to be super sneaky if he wants to come in and engage. That Step Lancer is going to have to be really careful if he wants to engage against that Mangonel.
Cumin Cav is a bit faster.
Yo is actually adding a second TC behind this, so he's going to have a very comparable eco too.
All right, Viper wants to take the fight. That's amazing grouping from Yo. He gets the conversion. He will probably lose that monk, but he also kills the Step Lancer and has 2 Mangonels behind this again. So Yo's ability, as he breaks into Viper's main eco and Viper goes for a panic 3rd TC, Yo's ability to continue this push, Dave, and punish the Viper has been amazing thus far.
Oh, the Step Lancer's trying to come in against the Mangonels. I think Viper would be content to sacrifice these here, but Step Lancers are so good at sniping units.
They got trapped in there, but Viper killed a Mangonel and a monk. Really good value. Still has more eco. The Ram's now taking out his Barracks. I think Viper's eco is certainly more awkward to deal with. Killed another Mangonel there.
Step Lancers are so good against Mangonels and Monks. That extra 1 range means they can run around and snipe, and it's really, really hard for Yo to catch up to them with his camels. I like the fact that Yo added that second TC behind this, though. It's kind of like forward pressure and boom behind. It's very Yo-esque.
Yeah, I hadn't looked at his base in a while, so just to show the viewers here, second TC is pumping. Has better eco upgrades than Viper, missing wheel, though, and still, like, while Viper might have a few more villagers, he certainly had more idle time, right, Dave?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And he spent so many resources, even just rebuilding those stables, repairing that TC.
Yeah.
He suddenly has camels, though, on the field. And getting the Step Lancer numbers up, so maybe he's just delaying long enough in the middle until he can take an effective fight, but the Knights are in on his base.
Yeah, 1 villager went down there. Also, the Blacksmith could go down. There's nothing Viper can do about the Ram, which is kind of funny.
That Ram is an MVP.
And Viper loses the camel to a conversion and had to delete the other. Viper's falling apart right now.
It's like he doesn't know what to do against this.
Yeah.
He's got to worry about his eco at home from those 2 Knights and the Ram. He's got to worry about the Mangonels.
He's out of wood.
Pressuring the TC.
He can't repair his TC. He's out of wood. If he loses the town center, all of these villagers are exposed. All 16 villagers.
And Yo is on stone right now. Yo is thinking about putting a castle as soon as he reclaims this position, I think.
Hey, here comes Viper with the Step Lancers.
Step
Yo
Lancers
has so many monks. He might lose 1. Wait, can Yo retarget? Can Yo retarget with the monks? Can he get camel conversions?
2 camels!
He got...
And the TC goes down!
If Viper doesn't win this fight, he'll lose those villagers.
He's not winning this fight, dude.
Yeah.
There's no way he's winning this fight.
He didn't even take out the siege. And Mr. Yo is up 2 games to 0, baby. Oh my god.
We said Yo had shown up to this tournament. He beat Leary before, and now he's up 2 games to nothing on Viper. When is the last time we've seen this? Was it Maldives?
Well, with Mr. Yo, I'm not too sure. I am just... I'm quickly reminding myself that this is a best of 7. And I remember the Hidden Cup 2 finals. Viper was down 3-1. We thought it was Viper. It was him, and he ended up still doing it. So, Yo, just take it 1 game at a time. Dave, do you think Viper, like, is this strategy not super risky when you're down 1-0? It's super risky.
It is to go for the middle area like that. It feels like he labbed it out, but he didn't have an effective practice partner, you know? Or like he didn't expect the Saracens pick.
That's so
something along those lines.
Well, you know what? I think what's funny about this is if Yo was not Saracens, I don't think Yo is able to get Castle Age as fast. So Yo, I don't know if it was necessarily a counter to the Kuman pick, but picking Saracens here was perfect against Kumans. If Viper went for some other civilization and played it standard, then maybe Saracens are not the civ that's favored. So, like, Mr. Yo, so good.
Humans stay in Feudal Age a long time, and Saracens get to Castle Age very quickly. So it kind of like counters each other out, you know?
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Man, Yo's mentality going into Game 3 must be really, really good.
Yeah. You might even feel more nervous, right? Like now you're getting close. 2 games away from winning. I think this will be a long day for us. Only 13 kills for Yo. He was on point with the conversions, 4 conversions. He was on point with the position. You know what was really epic? And we didn't have time to really break it down because there was so much to talk about. Yo was siege pushing from the hill. He walked around Viper's base. He didn't siege push from the front. The brilliance to siege push from the hill where you would do more damage was amazing. It's not like he's faced that strategy. It's not like that's meta. This is a new game mode, and Yo was able to read the map well. Viper had more food, more wood, and more gold collected. It didn't matter. That's unbelievable, that statistic right there. Who needs eco, man?
Okay, so for the first time in this tournament, we're talking about Viper's second home map pick.
Yep.
What do you think it's going to be?
Well, it better be something a little bit more... a little bit stronger, let's put it that way. I know he's Viper, but if he goes down 3 games to Yo, it's going to be so difficult. Like, I think in just the first 2 games, Yo has shown you guys what he's made of, what he's capable of, but Yo has been one of the more consistent players ever since I've been around. For years, it was Viper #1 conversation, Yo #2 conversation, or #3 conversation. Viper said after Hidden Cup 3, Yo is my biggest challenge, and Yo has shown up, Dave. Lands Madness and Aztlan, Viper's remaining home maps. If he goes Aztlan, it's probably Indians. And Lands Madness, it's Toons. Probably.
Is it though? Is it though? Is it though?
All right, well, let's see. Aztlan, game 3. Viper needs a result. Can he get it? I'm sure he can. What will Yo pick? All right, so Viper goes for Indians. Now, Indian villagers collecting shorefish. This was pre-patch, okay? The patch that came out the other day is not the patch they're using here. It's the fastest food source in the game. The Viper starts off the game, sending more villagers towards the shorefish day. Viper's in the red again. Yo has gone for Malians. What will he do to keep Viper off the shorefish, I wonder?
Well, if you speed up here, Yo is immediately going for a tower, and he's going for the men-at-arms strategy, so Yo just super aggressive to push Viper off those fish before he can get any income from that whatsoever.
Yep, that's the only tower he could build, and did Viper not see that tower? It's very possible Viper didn't see that tower as he relocates his villagers, and there's 3 men-at-arms here already for Mr. Yo. Well, this is very all-in.
Yeah, and Viper has archers out, but remember, Malian, men-at-arms, they get that pierce armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the archers aren't going to do as much damage as they normally would. Yo, with an archer range in the middle, he's going to go into skirmishers to help fight off the archers and keep his men-at-arm count alive until those skirmishers get on the field.
All right, a stable for Viper. He will have the food to create some scouts, which will be very much needed against the skirmishers. And he's building a tower. So that will be the only tower these players will build unless they chop to the wood in the corners. Chop through the wood to get stone in the corners, or if they buy it.
And defensive tower now from Viper.
Beautiful
Securing
play.
as much fish as he can. That's a good position for him. He's going to quick wall those villagers in. Yo didn't even try to snipe those. He knew they would be walled in. And Viper getting away with a villager on 2 HP.
Viper? Viper? Okay. I thought she was. I thought she was free. Yeah. Okay. Well, Yo. I'd say mission accomplished in that he threatened Viper early, but not mission accomplished in the sense that Viper's still on shorefish as Indians.
Well,
and here comes a
Yo
counterattack.
is making a market. Yo is making a market right now. I don't think the counterattack will do too much because those skirmishers can deal with the archers.
Especially if Viper doesn't notice it.
Yeah, is Yo going to buy more stone and maybe make more towers?
I think eventually, but he has 60 gold right now, so it will take him some time. Nothing else yet from him. Both players on the shorefish. Multiple mills bringing in the food. Viper and Yo both not building farms, so it's all shorefish and the berries that they're foraging through right now. 37 villagers for Viper, 36 for Yo. It's actually 37 apiece now, and 10 military apiece.
Another barracks in the middle. Another barracks from Yo here.
Huh.
With Malian. So is he going to go heavy spears, or is he going to go more men-at-arms? It looks like more men-at-arms.
Can you consider...
Still only 4 on gold, though.
Can you consider getting an additional armor upgrade on Malian men-at-arms? Beautiful quick wall from Yo.
Wall. Great quick wall. Is this Hera? Like that was insane speed.
Viper's 2 archers. Looking at Viper's 2 archers right now as he got into the woodline. But yeah, I mean, Malians get that extra armor, right?
Viper into the TC with those 2 archers.
What if you...
Right past the TC.
Weird. What if you just get the armor upgrade on the man-at-arms? Can you go man-at-arms, skirms, and spears? Like, there's the armor upgrade right now. Yeah, he's making more man-at-arms. I think this only works with Malians. So he strategized this.
You push right underneath that tower, too.
But
you keep a few skirms at the back for defense. But those scouts, the scouts are scary.
Viper's on the way to Castle Age, dude. Indians are so broken. They're so broken on this map.
Here comes Yo. He did buy stone.
He bought stone, so he'll tower. Viper's hitting that wood line. Yo hasn't lost a villager yet, and here's the tower. Wow, that is an aggressive tower. One that Viper tried to bash down. He can't do that. Yo lost. He might not have even lost a single villager there, Dave.
You know, we've been talking about this all tournament. When you click up to the Castle Age, it's such a risk, right? Because you're expending those resources that you could potentially put into feudal units. And Yo can spam units all day.
It's got to be all in for Yo. Just continue here.
Yep.
You might think Viper's up because he doesn't have more military. Did Viper really just buy?
Viper had to buy a tower. He had to buy a tower. And he's going to lose the first one.
And he can't get through into Yo's base, so there's no real counterattack for him either. Oh, is Viper repairing on the other side? That's nifty. That's nifty. Repairing the tower from the other side.
That's such a beautiful play from Viper there to repair from the other angle. But Yo coming back with his villagers. Is he going to batter this second tower down?
What if Viper doesn't have the resources to do anything in Castle Age? If he didn't
right?
go into farming eco, which he might be doing now.
And look at his army at the back. Is this Viper? He's losing it for free.
Yo is making this game so unbelievably messy. The Viper desperately repairing his tower. He's out of stone, Dave. He's out of stone. He cannot repair any longer. Now, what can Viper make?
The armor is so difficult to deal with from Viper.
Yeah.
He's only got villagers here. He doesn't have the resources because he wasn't on the shorefish.
Yo has the shorefish. Yo could make spears. He could make man-at-arms. If he can deal with the camels, he can deal with Viper, and he could go 3-0 up. Keep it going, Mr. Yo.
Out now. The camels are out now. The tower is still up from Viper. Obviously, nothing to repair that with. He's still got the villager there.
Yep.
Another barracks coming down from Yo. We're going to see the 3 barracks feudal all in.
I don't know how these man-at-arms are going to perform against the camels, though. That's the worry. And Viper, he's making cav archers. Awkward to micro, right? But he has a little bit of food eco at home. Yo's forever feudal, so it's never easy to be fighting with feudal units, especially against fast castle units. You see how Viper backs away.
I think with Viper being down on villagers by 10, Yo needs to prevent, at all costs, he needs to prevent Viper from going back out to the shorefish, because it's such a big boost, right? And Viper, right now, he's trying to build that massive CA. He doesn't have enough gold.
He doesn't have a lot of resources, yeah. It's just what value can Viper get from his units?
More villagers going down.
It's crazy.
Viper did do a great play there in walling his villagers in to kill that tower.
Also saving very, very the
nice.
other tower.
Yeah, he bought stone to save that other tower. One thing we haven't mentioned yet is that Yo has been on shorefish this entire time.
Yep. I wonder if there's a point where he can get the resources to click up.
Soon. Look at his res.
But if he takes his foot off the gas, as he's attacking Viper's villagers here, if he takes his foot off the gas, it's so dangerous.
Look at the vill count.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Viper's attacking a barracks right now. He's building another tower.
And Viper bought more stone for another watchtower.
Viper can't defend his gold, actually. That's what's funny. Here comes Yo.
He knows his win condition, I think, is getting back to those shorefish, hoping that he can get enough food to make military units at Castle Age, but he's getting hit on the gold now. And Yo is walling up his base and placing a defensive tower. I don't think we've ever seen so much stone bots in early Feudal Age.
Too bad Saracens was picked in the previous game, right? Let's see. Is Yo on point enough to get that vill too? He does. So he gets another villager. He's 10 ahead. And he's using Feudal Age military to defend. Tell me he's just clicked up. He's on his way to Castle Age. This is unbelievable for Mr. Yo.
This is insane play. I haven't seen play of this quality in a long, long time from him. If ever, and he's going to have probably, what, a 10 villager lead when he hits it?
10 villager lead, and he'll have option to make his... You could make your own camels, or you could make knights, and just flood Viper's shorefish.
Or do you just continue with the... Oh, we see Viper teching into men-at-arms.
Huh.
Interesting.
Is Viper... Maybe he's expecting longsword, and so he wants to match it? I'm not too sure.
But stables coming down from Yo, and Viper actually hitting these shorefish villagers with the cav archers. Yo, however, has skirmishers behind that. He's going to lose a few vills.
Yep, loses 2.
And the camels are into his base. He hasn't reacted yet.
Yeah, he actually... That was the first mistake Yo's made this game. He was walling behind and didn't do so in time. Those camels could kill villagers, and Viper, he knows now that he has a few moments. He's getting supplies, so he can afford a lot of infantry. Still being a nerd with the camels.
And he's going to see the stables now. So does that affect what he's doing?
See, if you make longswords, knights kill that. So if it's pike knight, I still feel like it's better for Yo because he has pikes against the camels and then he has knights against everything else. Plus, like, knights are really good against the villagers if you're just sniping vills too.
Yeah. I think Yo has to avoid this game becoming too stable, because that's where Viper really, really thrives.
Yep.
It's when the games aren't messy and he can just kind of, you know, take a deep breath, stabilize his eco, get his ideal military composition out there. Yo has to continue to make this messy. And that villager attacking the tower is super weak.
Yeah. Weak villager, also weak camels. Yo's getting elite skirm and Bodkinera was his first choice. I don't love that. But Bodkinera is certainly going to be helpful for the tower. That tower stays up. Viper's still looking for an avenue to push. Viper only has 4 cav archers, and 2 camels will chase that back. Yo, just send knights underneath the towers here on the right side. I think Viper dies if the knights arrive.
Important thing to look at, too, Viper is chopping wood towards the corner of the map in probably the worst possible location. And Yo is almost through to his corner. That's how you get stone. Maybe Yo could fortify the middle more with that. Siege Workshop coming down now from Yo. And with the elite skirm there, this is getting pretty dicey here for Viper.
You know, I judged the elite skirm, but you can fight underneath tower fire with elite skirm. He didn't know about the longswords, though, so here comes Viper with cav archers and longswords. Something we saw Yo do against Slam, actually, in the first round. 47 villagers for Viper.
Yeah, only 4 villagers behind. This guy's so impressive in what he can do. I think any other player just dies to that from Yo.
But Yo, if he makes 4 knights, I think he's in a decent position. Let's see if Yo can quick wall. No quick wall from him. No reaction yet, actually. Messy, dude.
He's killing the tower with his mangonel. 5 idle villagers that isn't doing anything for Viper.
and Yo just hops into the tower. Is Yo going to be able to repair the mangonel, fight the longswords, garrison his villagers, repair his tower all at the same time? This is unbelievable. Yo is doing 6 different things on our screen while also doing the defense at home.
And winning all the fights.
Winning every single fight. While
crazy,
he's 2-0 up against Viper in a tournament final. I can hardly believe what I'm seeing right now. That mangonel will go down, but the tower's weakened. Viper has to repair again. He's soon out of stone, Dave, so we'll see more stone bot potentially.
Losing the cav arch, lost all of the cav archers.
I don't even know where they died.
To Yo's camels.
Yep, I saw the camels chasing. The most important thing here is, can Viper hold the middle, or does he have... No, he doesn't have proper food eco at home. Half of his farms aren't even reseeded.
And Yo is through to the stone now, too. So Yo has access to way more resources. He has the military advantage. The villagers are going to pop out. They're going to get killed.
This is game over. This is game over. There's a ram behind this. Viper does not have the military to fight this. He's losing all of his fights. He's losing all of his villagers. He's 23 military behind. This could be history here, guys. This could be Age of Empires 2 history. Viper is down 3 games to 0 to Mr. Yo.
Yo is playing unbelievable. Yo is playing out of his mind. There's some questionable calls by Viper, but like Indians.
Losing.
He did the things you need to do.
Yep.
Like, he did the things, but Yo just countered it before he... I'm speechless. Well played by Yo.
Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Guys, I remember so many times where Yo would come close and face up against Viper. So many stories where he'd acknowledge Viper's greatness. And Yo was up 3 games to 0 in a new format, a new game mode. This is after Viper destroyed Hera in the semifinal 3-0. And many people have been saying Hera's number 2. So... The showing that he's brought us is a treat. People might have expected a Viper sweep, but for Viper to get swept, that's on the cards now.
Well, you know what? Viper is Viper, and we're going to go into Viper's 3rd home map, something I never thought I'd say. I still... See, Viper's in my head, though, because I still think the chances of Yo winning this series are like 50-50. With Viper down 3-0, you know?
I know. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's not because of Yo, it's because of how Viper has played in the past. There's the statistics. Yo with more food than Indians. Beautiful strategy. Beautiful map. So far, he's just countered Viper every step of the way. If you want the KD, it's there, but that was a pretty short game. I'm speechless, but Dave, I'm really excited to see the maps and the civs now. Sorry, I didn't use the statistics screen. I'm just so mind blown.
I'm so curious. Like, what do you even do against that strategy on that map? Even if you are Indians,
well,
how do you counter it?
You just hold for a certain period of time, and then you have scouts and skirms normally. But I don't think we've seen that many man-at-arms, and that would not work with any other civ. It's just because Malians get that +1 Pierce armor starting in Feudal, so that was sick.
So we're going to see Land Madness. You were saying Teutons on Land Madness like we saw against Hera. It's really his only option here, isn't it? It's really... He's got to win with Teutons.
Viper, this is not real. This is not reality. Viper is down 3 games in a tournament final, and his go-to civ is Teutons?
And Yo has Huns.
His go-to civ isn't Teutons, man. I mean, it worked. It's good, but is this real life? Yeah, Yo has Huns. Does he have Slavs too? I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he goes Slavs. Yeah, I think Slavs might be the better play.
Huns, Slavs, Franks he'll probably save for Kawasan, but Huns and Slavs, very, very strong choices on this map.
I think Yo will use Huns or Persians for cross. So yeah, he has options.
Or maybe if he knows Viper's picking Teutons, can you justify going for something like a Byzantine pick?
That would be sick. Full trash against it. I still feel like you're up 3 games, you stick to your game plan. If your game plan was to go Byzantines on Land Madness, then you do it. If it's not, then you don't do that and you go with Slavs instead.
We don't often talk about Viper's mindset, but is he shaky going into this?
I mean, he 3-0'd Hera, right? So like I don't know if like Viper's mindset is probably the best part of his game. But Yo has never been a player, like we've never once said that Yo is a tilter. You know, we've never said once that Yo struggles when it comes to his mentality, and this is probably the 100th time these guys have faced in a crazy best of 5 or 7. So Yo, like, if Yo wins the next game, it is not because Viper's playing bad. It is because Yo is playing amazing. There are situations, there are situations where we might say, okay, Viper did play his best, but Yo is just playing lights out Age of Empires right now. And game number 4, Yo has 4 opportunities, 4 games to get 1 win to be the champion of this event against the Viper. And Dave, it is Teutons for the Viper again. Teutons and Yo has Slavs. Let's see what Viper does. Now, I want to focus on this because the last time we saw Viper pick Teutons, I assumed he would build the stable immediately. Instead, he's getting instant horse collar. So he's going for the cheap farms right away for an eco boost. Very different from what Yo will do, most likely. Because, ooh, wait a second. Yo's going for a range because he's expecting spear defense.
Yeah, well, the thing in Yo's favor here is that he saw Viper's game against Hera.
Yeah.
Where Viper played Teutons. He probably casted that game, actually, on his channel. So he could analyze it and try and prepare strategies to help against it. And with the immediate range, suddenly Viper, with the spear defense, maybe not so effective.
Yeah, Viper's gold. I mean, there's plenty of golds to go to on this map, but his gold and his berries, all forward and exposed. So archers and some spearmen from Yo could really suffocate Viper, but again, Viper's whole strategy is using the Teuton economy and defense to eventually kick in late Feudal Age and early Castle Age.
You know, they're really close to each other, too. For Land Madness, usually you'll see them at, like, each corner, one at the left side, one at the right side, but there's, like, just a short path between them, and there's 3 golds in that path, too.
I don't think Yo has found Viper. He's going the wrong direction. He has not... Wait for it. Sorry, hotkey issue here. Okay, he's found the berries.
No,
That's
he
huge.
found him.
Yeah, he found him.
Yeah. I think you need to speed up once again.
Oh, damn. Sorry. It's getting faster, and here come the archers, Dave, and the spears. Viper did see that. What will Viper's defense be? He's still going for that stable.
Yep, and he's sent a forward spearman. He's probably not going to like seeing the archers, and he's definitely not going to like seeing the archers on his gold. Instant reaction from him, though. Really, really good for Viper.
Yeah.
And the stable is going up now, but Yo just goes to the berries.
Yep.
And Viper has so much idle time.
So if Viper gets skirms out, he can kill both the spears and the archers, and he did go for the greed approach, so he has quite a few farms. Yo's
But
early
more
damage
idle
is
time
good.
on the wood line now.
No villagers lost yet, but Viper, half of his wood economy was idle for the last few moments. Yo will, of course, know that skirms will probably be on the way. Wouldn't surprise me if he's already prepping his own stable at home, and Dave, he is. Like, Yo is so on point. You want to make skirms? That's great. I'm going to have the scouts prepared. I'm tense.
Oh, man.
I am tense.
I am so tense.
Yeah. Here comes Yo. Again, sees the villagers. Viper's fighting it off with Vills for now until the skirm arrives and the scouts. Now, this is a mistake from Yo. Losing the spear there would be quite bad for him because then scouts could kill his archers. Viper already has armor, by the way, but Viper off his gold again because of this pressure.
Yeah, and he loses one spearman there. That's less he can have against in defense as soon as Yo switches into the stables. And yeah, 2 stables for
Nice
Yo.
T90 farm from Viper. Please don't build that. You're not Khmer. That's questionable. And Yo was able to get away with his 2 archers and spears, and he's back on the berries. Where is Viper's counter? Where is Viper's defense right now? Yo already has the scout here on the skirms too, Dave. It's all Mr. Yo here.
It just seems like Viper's been reacting to everything Yo's been doing this entire series.
Yeah.
He's never dictated play. Not once. Not in any of these 4 games. And once again, he's got his back up against the wall against Mr. Yo. He's constantly going back to the TC.
Yeah. Crazy. Now bloodlines for Mr. Yo, so his scouts will be stronger. Viper has armor, but Viper doesn't have archers. Bloodlines on the way for Mr. Yo. Imagine sweeping the Viper after all the tournaments he's lost in the finals and semifinals to Viper over the years. Sweeping him on the Red Bull channel.
I mean, Viper does have the villager lead, but I think Mr. Yo might have gotten wheelbarrow. Yeah, Viper does not have wheelbarrow.
Let's see how Yo's micro is and how Viper can defend from this. Because again, Yo pulls the scouts back, shoots the spear. He's now getting armor knowing Viper has armor. Viper has home field advantage, but he is constantly running away. Another Vill dies.
Another villager dies, and I really like the way that Yo has, up till this point, conserved his military numbers. He hasn't thrown them away uselessly.
Oh my god.
Now he's going to attack the
Oh my
skirmishers,
god.
but he's getting hit by the TC.
But he microed away from the TC a few times there. I love the confidence from Yo to do that.
But he's losing the numbers. Okay,
Yeah.
This is the opportunity for Viper. Very, very good fight from Viper there. Constantly targeting the archers with his skirmishers, whittling down their numbers. But look at the front near Viper's gold again.
Yep.
Yo just has more military to follow it up. He's not using it, though. Maybe a little bit of a slip up there from Yo, not being active with that, not going to the gold.
Yeah, there's like 25 things he's trying to do right now. He brings the scout across. I think it matters more. The scouts matter more than anything right now. It will probably be multiple stables from Yo. And there's a second stable for Viper. Viper's scout numbers will go down on the left side, and he only has skirms now. So Viper's gone into skirms to defend archers. I highly doubt Yo will produce many more archers. And he'll pump scouts out of 3 stables.
Yeah, another stable from Viper on the right there. Yo is just quicker to the second stable than he was. And scout numbers, we've seen it so many times on this map. They're so important, and Viper just has skirms.
Yeah, Viper, there's a lot of weird things going on now. The wall wasn't completed yet. He doesn't have the numbers. He tries to quick wall. Yo's faced against that many times. Yo will kill 2. I could kill so many more villagers.
Another one.
3.
Third one goes down. I think a 4th one goes down here if Yo micros. No, he pulls the scouts back, saving his military numbers. He knows he has the advantage. Now it's all about capitalizing on that position.
Yo should win this game. He should win this game.
He should.
Viper, so in the previous games, I did not see any, like, real, I don't want to say weakness, but, like, no weird things from Viper. Viper was playing straight up in the previous game. Here,
this seems like he's shaky. It seems like he's nervous.
Now,
and
like,
look at Yo at the back on the deer villager.
At Viper reacts immediately. He's now running away, but he'll lose more villagers, and Yo's also on the left. Viper can't pick a side. Mr. Yo destroyed Viper in game 1, game 2, and game 3. He's doing the same here in game 4. He doesn't even care about the Spearman, Dave. He just wants Vill picks.
I think at this point he realizes I've picked, what, 8 or 9 villagers, and my economy at home is untouched as Slavs.
Yeah.
He's actually added the 3rd stable, and he's just going to keep pumping scouts out onto the field. Was the Tudens pick, was that the way to go for Viper? I feel like it's less to do with the Civ in this game and more to do with just shaky decision making.
Yeah, well, Yo just has never given Viper a chance to breathe in so many of these games.
Never.
Yeah, like we've seen sets where Viper was doing the same thing to Hera, right? It's just Viper. He's on the other end of things now. So many of those farms are exposed. Like, Yo, he might be tempted to go Castle Age, but there's really no need. Only go Castle Age if you are 100% certain Viper can counter.
I love this split. Look at the little things that Yo's doing. He's sending 4 scouts over to the right. He sends 6 scouts over to the left.
Yep.
He's forcing Viper to divide his spearman army. And he's pushing the villagers off the berries. He's into the farms at the back.
You know, you don't say this often, Dave. But when Viper was 3 games down going into this, I feel like he might have already lost it mentally. Like, some of the weird things that he's doing, the messy play. Like, it doesn't seem like I'm looking at this back eco area. Viper didn't do this in the other games. Did he just feel like it's not his day and Yo's too tough to stop?
And Yo's up to Castle Age. Yo is up to Castle Age first.
Wow.
With 3 stable production.
The first time Viper has any sort of counter, here it is. Yo is so confident he's been taking the deer in the middle of the map. Not at all necessary. He'll also have a big attack coming into Viper. Viper, of course, doesn't have the scouts defensively. So those scouts and archers will push Viper away again from the woodline, from the berries. Here's Viper's little rinky-dink attack on Yo's woodline. 4 scouts could do damage, of course. But look at the attack from Yo.
How does Viper get back into this game? Can he get back into this game?
I don't think he can. No, if Yo plays this well, like now Yo's losing some villagers, but it's only 4 scouts. Yo's fights are much better, and he'll be in Castle Age soon. I genuinely think Viper's dead.
Like, against Castle Age units, too? Does he have any counter whatsoever?
Yeah. I don't think so. Like, Knights kill him right now. He does have attack, and he does have defense on the spears, but that just keeps him... If he's making spears, it keeps him in the Feudal Age even longer. Sickening play from Yo, but there are a few things. Like, do you want to have those villagers forward still? Okay, he'll lose those 2. He's, of course, heading to Viper's base.
Yo's playing with such confidence right now. He has to be.
Yep.
Like, just put yourself in his position. How many times have you lost against the Viper, and now you're up 3-0, and you're in a commanding position in the final game?
And Dave, he came to win. He didn't come to survive and like go map control for the most part. He's gone for the kill every single game. He's in Castle Age now. Still really awkward where he has his gold here. So he's got to deal with that. And here, the risk we talk about where you do go to the next stage. This is it. Yo's starting to lose villagers. He is getting chain barding. He is getting light cav. Can Viper hold? The micro in the south. So sickening. Bringing the archers in for the spears. Sending in the armies as a group. At home, he'll defend.
How long until Viper gets to Castle Age, though? That's another question. Can he afford to do it?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, right now, he's dying to light cav and archers. And if the light cav just keep moving past, Viper has more villagers back here. So, yeah, Yo, I guess waiting for his archers to pass so we can get the archers back there. That was a bit weird. Viper has some scouts at Yo's base. Viper does have more villagers now, but keep in mind his TC will be idle as he advances to the next age. Where's Mr. Yo's force in Castle Age, Dave? It's like there's nothing over here now. He was really distracted by Viper.
Very, very distracted. That's exactly the opportunity Viper needs.
Yeah.
Whether he can capitalize on it, whether he's even in a position to get back into this game is another question.
Sniped a lot of vills, too. On the wood lines, on the farms now, he gets another one. A forward castle! This is not a get out of my game castle. This is get out of the series and enjoy second place castle from Mr. Yo.
Oh my god, Mr. Yo trying to cap this off in true Mr. Yo style with a forward castle.
Oh my goodness, man. I really, like, Yo loves his towers, right? We saw them a few times against Leary, but didn't think we'd see a castle drop. That castle will go up. Viper will have to move from his gold. Fortunately, there are more golds, but can Viper stop the Knights?
Yeah, I don't know if he can. And as soon as he moves out to those extra golds, suddenly he's got more exposed eco that Yo can hit.
Yeah. Yeah, the gold in the back. The Knights could run right through. Honestly, just run right through. Viper, if you're looking at the minimap, Viper just has his auto scouts going, and then he has 3 scouts heading to Yo's base, where he could easily find some pickoffs. Dude, Yo's making bowyars. He's making bowyars.
What we saw in that game, dude, we saw it against LAN. Remember against LAN? Very similar situation. He was up to Castle Age first, I believe. He got his eco rated. He fell behind in villagers, and then the boyars carried him through.
Better against pikes, right? With that melee armor. I think Yo is using this moment to stabilize a little bit, protect himself at home, and is waiting for Viper to fight him. Says, okay, Viper, you're not fighting me. I'll just take out your buildings until you're forced to. There is some risk in that. The Vil count is even. And now that Viper's in Castle Age, Yo is running in. Maybe he didn't even think Viper was up.
Yeah, the fact that Viper is even up in Castle Age and close to even in villagers is a testament to his skill. Like, over the past couple minutes, it feels like Viper has just brought himself back into this. There was a hole, and now Yo's in.
Yeah, I think Viper might... Well, initially I was thinking he might be okay with it if he can get the Knights killed here, but he loses Vils and Yo should run.
Dead. Yeah, he's going to run right back here. Viper... Why that continues to be open at the edge of the map?
Is it a bug? No okay, there we go.
He's going to close it off now.
All part of the plan, man, as Viper would say.
Yeah. And here come the boyars.
Yep.
Here come the boyars. Viper is expanding out to the right. Like I said, he needs to go out there, but it's super exposed.
Yo's going for man-at-arms, too. His foot is officially on the pedal, man.
Dude, he's got a lead foot right now. He's just no slowing down, just pure acceleration. All of these games for Mr. Yo.
Yep.
And is he going to find that TC before it goes up? That would most definitely be the killing blow if Viper can't get that up.
He's going to the stone. Is it a doubt TC? Oh no, Viper, he's already behind by 7 villagers.
Is this how it ends?
I mean, listen, the TC, it will probably go up eventually. Or not. Even if he gets it up. It's too much. Yo has swept him, man. I don't want to call it early and be that guy. The Viper's going to try, but this is not a game that Yo should ever lose. Yo wins this 9,999 times out of 10,000.
Yeah, even against the Viper, Viper is going to get that TC up. He is going to take some favorable trades against the Boyars, but Yo can reproduce.
Yeah.
Viper's not even farming on it, half his farms.
So
his villagers are dead.
A few things to point out here. Boyars are pretty pricey. Yo's also just on 1 town center, but I think Yo will stay on 1 town center. And
go up to him?
He'll go, well, he's going to go longsword push, Dave, with Rams.
Oh, okay.
And so Viper builds a new TC on the right, and then Yo will just wipe out the entire main base, which, to be honest, isn't really being used much by Viper.
Yeah, but if he takes out even 1 TC, suddenly the villager count, they're both on 1 TC, right?
Yep.
So if he takes out that middle economy, takes out all those farms, Viper has to remake those.
Yeah,
Viper making another TC on that wood line.
At this point, the only way Viper wins is if he's able to boom under pressure, which is what Teutons are really good at. So he's going to try his absolute best here to do that. Yo will drop another castle. He is the stone fort right now. Where's he placing
drop it on that main gold? Do you put it on those farms on the main gold?
It's on the right side, next to the new town center.
Oh my god, it's controlling that gold. It's threatening that wood line. It's on a hill.
Yep.
There's no military for Viper. So he can't deny this, especially with the longswords soon to be there.
He has pikes raiding.
He can see the villagers coming. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows something is happening.
All right, there are the villagers. That is not something you want to see when Mr. Yo is playing you. Villagers walking into your base, bowyars, longswords. If he's even seen the massive longswords, and Yo puts it even further forward than originally planned, Viper's getting man-at-arms and supplies, but he does not have the time and the eco to ever push this back.
You know, he is raiding some villagers from Mr. Yo on the gold, so the villager count is going to get more and more even here.
Okay.
But I feel like Yo's map control is just amazing. Viper going for a Teuton tower, though.
You know, Yo didn't see that.
Could he possibly deny this castle?
Does he have fletching? He does. I think Yo will probably send more villagers, and plus Yo is raiding in the back with bowyars. Yeah.
Viper sees the longswords and immediately bails on that tower.
Yeah.
Immediately bails. Because if you keep the villagers garrison in there to deny the castle, suddenly there's nothing garrisoned in the TC to kill the longswords killing the tower, right? So
yeah. Viper's pikeman counterattack is not working. It's getting cleaned up by longswords. The castle is up for Yo. That's castle number 2. Viper's villagers will just run further, and Viper will build a new TC. Are we just going to do this until the time runs out, where Viper adds TCs and tries to stabilize? Because that's what it looks like.
He is fairly close on score. No, we're not going to do it.
Mr. Yo sweeps the Viper in a best of 7 final. 4-0, and Dave, there was never even a question in these games. Like, there were moments of brightness for Viper, but Yo always knew what Viper was going to do. He was always in more places than Viper was, and he always had the better strategy.
I've never said this about Viper before, but the map picks and the Civ picks, 3 of them, extremely questionable. Khmer on Arabia, we had Cumans on Golden Pit, and we have Teutons on Land Madness.
They look questionable because Yo is a beast. They did not look questionable when Viper 3-0'd Hera. So, like, yes, it's questionable if you lose, but Viper won 3-0 against the player who's seen as number 2 in the world. So Mr. Yo reminds everyone in this community that despite being at the high level for years and years and years and years, he is a beast of the game. He's a god of the game, one of the biggest legends ever. He beats the king, the Viper. Unbelievable, Dave. I can't believe it. I know that I said 4-1 for Yo or something ahead of time. Don't think I really know anything about the game. If anyone with half a brain cell would have predicted Viper to win in the tournament final, because he's so dominant. But Yo deserves this, man. It's been a long time coming.
It has been such a long road, and I can only imagine how Yo is feeling right now. All of China. Do you remember when they won that team game tournament and it was live and all the Chinese fans were popping off? Imagine all the Yo fans in China right now just going nuts over this result. It wasn't a 4-3. It wasn't a 4-2. It was a clean sweep of the Viper.
Whatever you want to say. Salute him. PogChamp him. Bow down to him, Mr. Yo. Guy who has won, he wins all tournaments consistently. It's pretty much what it's been. Props to him as well, because he played well in this tournament, beating Hera 3-0 like he did in the semifinal. And the reason we're so surprised and shocked is because of Viper's dominance over such a long period of time. Obviously, he has nothing to worry about in the future with his skills, but
he sets such a high standard for himself, you know, and we try and hold him to that standard. And Yo tried to hold him to that too, and Viper just wasn't up to the task. Yo was unbelievable. The amount of preparation, just the amount of pressure he put on him in every single game, and hopefully, maybe this even sparks a fire under Viper.
Yeah,
maybe we'll see peak Viper pretty soon because he got swept here.
The very first time I watched an Age of Empires tournament on Twitch, I was not casting or anything back then. It was Maldives event, which is a long time ago now, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Anyways, it was a best of 5 final, and Yo was up 2-0 against the Viper, and I watched it all go down as Viper came back to win 3-2. So that was 5 or 6 years ago.
That was Maldives.
And they've met so many times since then. Viper, I believe the statistic that Zach might be able to verify here in a second and confirm is that Viper had won the last 8 times they had met in a tournament. 8 times, despite Mr. Yo being such a beast and beating the players like he did in all these tournaments. So I'm so happy for Yo. I'm so happy. I'm gutted for Viper, obviously, but he's won a lot of tournaments.
He's taken his wins in the past. Yo needed a win, man. Yo is such a legend of the game, and let's just look through the statistics here. We could sit here all day talking about this, I think.
Guys, I don't think they're showing the statistics on screen right now. It's currently the 3 of us. But yes, Tristan, I can confirm what you said is true. He beat him in the last 8 times they met each other. What an incredible result for Mr. Yo. I was not prepared for that. I was not expecting that, and I'm in shock. To be completely frank.
It's really good for the scene. Now, granted, this is not going to change a lot in people's minds. If Yo does it the next tournament and the next tournament, then things start to shift. Viper's still seen as the best player in the world, I'm sure. Not in this tournament, but all of the games were competitive. I think back to Leary and Tato going 3-2, Leary and Yo going 3-2. So many amazing players, and the difference between them is so small. It could be an upgrade one civilization doesn't get. It could be an eco upgrade one civilization does or doesn't get. It could be like a slight difference in the map. That's how good the scene is right now, Zach.
Yeah, absolutely. But my goodness, didn't Yo just look dominant there? This is not something that we would have expected. We expected it to be close, not a sweep of all of the things. And my God, I mean, maybe, just maybe, Viper needs to stop playing into the Silver Boy meme, because I think it could be bad luck.
Too soon, man.
you think about the theme on all those games. Yo was winning because he was hitting Viper in 5 different areas at once.
Yes.
I think every time there was only one focus, Viper would do all right in those fights, you know? And historically, Viper has done very well when he can lock down the map and force his opponents to taking unfavorable engagements against him. But Yo put so much pressure on him, and Viper just couldn't deal with it. And credit to Yo, too. His unit control was unbelievable that series.
Yeah.
I think that was the most impressive thing. When he had an advantage, he just kept pushing it. He kept pushing it. Look at that last game. That was the perfect example of that. He was ahead, and then he was like dropping a forward castle. That is such a signature Yo move, by the way, isn't it? Just dropping a castle in his face. And he just kept pushing it. He was one step ahead, it felt like, you know, that switch into Long Swordsman, for example. But guys, I think you'll be pleased to know we're actually going to have an interview with Mr. Yo in a few minutes.
Nice.
But we're not going to rush straight into that, because I'm sure he will need a minute to prepare himself and to cool down. But we're going to have that coming up soon. But any thoughts from you guys? Any further thoughts on that series and this sort of breakthrough moment for Yo?
Well, we can't call him the best. We can't yet call him the best player in the world, but maybe we can call him the best Empire Wars player in the world.
It's only tournaments, though.
Yeah, like he's the king of Empire Wars. Maybe we can give that title to Yo. Does he enter the conversation for number 2 now? Because Hera, I think over the last month, has proven that he kind of owns that spot at the moment. But with such a commanding performance,
well,
we have to start talking about it.
Yeah, like I don't want this to turn into like who's where conversation. But briefly, like if you look at a lot of the brackets that Mr. Yo would have, he would meet Viper early on, like Hera did here, right? So Hera in Hidden Cup, for example, is on the opposite side of the bracket, stormed his way through the side of the bracket, made it to the finals. Viper beat Hera. Viper had to face Yo in a best of 5 earlier in the bracket, so Yo's like stance or position in that tournament at the end didn't end up being as high as Hera, and they both lost to Viper. So like again, the scene is so strong. It really depends on the day, right? And that's what's made Viper's dominance so amazing over the years, is because he was the most consistent in everyone in the top 10 because he was number 1. So you know, you have Yo in the conversation, Tato in the conversation, Hera certainly in the conversation. Leary stepped it up this tournament more than I expected. He almost beat Yo. He actually, like, think of this. Leary took 2 games off of Yo. Viper took 0. So Leary better than Viper confirmed, you know.
Because that's how it works. Yeah, no, that's a good point. And actually, I would love to see right now a Yo versus Hera show match, you know, just off the back of this. Empire
2 weeks ago.
Get them in it.
Empire Wars, right? I think, and to be fair to Hera, I think that in that show match, which Yo won 4-1, it was not like peak Hera, you know.
Yeah.
Which brings us back to the consistency conversation.
Yeah, it is hard to stay consistent, and that's something that Viper has been for many years. He's been consistently at the top, and I think that's why this is such a shock and a surprise. In the back of our minds, you know, Yo is 3-0 up, and I had people messaging me going, yeah, reverse sweep coming. You know, because people just can't believe that Viper would not win. That's the most crazy thing. So, guys, that obviously wraps up the day. And I believe before we sort of head into the interview here, I'll give you a chance to shout out your channels. Of course, Nearly AoE, he isn't here right now. Maybe he can just quickly unmute himself if he can hear me. Shout out your channel, Nearly AoE on Twitch. I have no idea if he can or not.
You can do the shout-outs, man.
No, I'll do it then. I'll take that. Oh,
Just make sure you also follow Dave on Twitter. I know he'll want me to say that. So
yes, I was going to do that as well. Of course, T90 official on Twitch as well, and then Dave_AOE on Twitter. Do you want me to shout out your Twitch, Dave? Because I think you ban all your subs.
Yeah, don't come to my Twitch.
Okay, don't go to his Twitch. But of course, we don't have anything else to announce tournament-wise right now. There is, of course, Battle of Africa coming up and actually starting next week, I believe. So if you're interested in the scene, you can definitely stay up to date by following us on social media and, of course, AoE Zone, where you can find a lot of information. Tristan, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. I just want to say this because I believe our time has come to say goodbye. So
yeah.
So first, obviously, thank you for the opportunity, Red Bull, and it's been so great casting with Nili and Dave, and Zach's done an amazing job in his role. Just one thing, because this community has really grown a lot over the last year or two, and it's grown to the point where a company like Red Bull contacted Nili to make this event happen, and it, I would say, is a very successful event for them and for the H2 community. One thing I want you guys to remember while we have a lot of people here is the beauty of the Age scene for me is that we have such a closeness between the fans and the players. We have these player profiles. We're very familiar with the players' personalities, what they like and don't like, how they interact with each other. And that, I don't pay attention to other esports, is really unique. And I don't want to lose sight of that because there are going to be more tournaments this year. There are going to be players who put hundreds of hours into preparing, and they're going to lose. And the last thing I want is for these players to be disheartened because of their results and then maybe have someone in the Twitch chat just making a joke be too harsh on them. So all I'm saying is congratulate congratulate all the players for their performances here. Many of them had to qualify, and just let's ride out this wave. Let's make this wave a tsunami for Age of Empires 2, and let's do it the right way, okay? Because I know if I was a competitor and I just lost 4-0, or if I was a competitor lost 3-0, 3-1 earlier, I would already be pretty hard on myself.
Yeah, I think that's very well said. And that was T90 saying that, not me. I know you're looking at me on the screen right now. It's kind of a bit strange.
I don't want to take too much time because Yo's here, but also we have another big team game tournament coming up, Battle of Africa. You should check that out. It's coming up soon. It'll be super, super hype. Obviously, a way different look from this 1v1 Empire Wars thing. Follow me on Twitter. Thanks, everyone. It was amazing. And congratulations, Mr. Yo.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Mr. Yo here now, though. If he can unmute himself in Discord.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello. Congratulations to you, Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo. #1 in China, and today you are #1 in the world. How do you feel?
I'm feel really exciting.
Good.
Really exciting. Mom, I did it.
Were you nervous going into the games? Were you ready? How were you feeling going into it?
I'm never ready versus Viper, but I don't feel nervous because I don't know. My goal on this tournament was to reach to final, and so by the time I was really relaxed and only want to play my best. That's it.
Okay, and when you're playing against the Viper, and you are 3-0, and you're going into the last game, and you're winning, do you just push to try and finish the game and win it and close it out?
Yeah, of course. And I wanted to win so bad, and after 3-0, because I was streaming the match when Viper picks 2 turns as well, so I had the strategy prepared for it, so I was quite confident I'm going to win the last game.
So you were watching Viper's semi-final against Hera, and you prepare from that. You prepared your strategy.
Yes.
Okay, and so you thought he would take the Teutons. You obviously went for the counter pick with Slavs. What was your strategy? Just the high pressure, the early pressure?
No, actually the Slavs, the CO isn't the counter.
Okay.
But, he usually wants to boom a little bit more, like make more farms before making scouts, and make some spearmen in his base to defend. So usually a Slavs player would go to scouts right away, but it wouldn't work versus Viper because he will have so many spearmen. So I went to right archers, and it worked well. archer, then switch to scouts.
Yeah, it worked very well. And something that you are known for, a trademark of yours, is when you're ahead, you'll often build a castle right inside of your enemy's base. And I want to know, is this because you think it will make them resign, or is it something that you just think, I'm so far ahead that I can do this and I can push them and really just build my advantage even larger?
For the game, for the last game, I just wanted to make him resign.
Awesome. I remember seeing you do it against other opponents earlier in the tournament as well. I actually want to ask you about Empire Wars. Obviously, this is the first time we're having a big Empire Wars tournament. Do you like Empire Wars as a game mode, or is Empire Wars something that you think is maybe a one-time gimmick or something like this?
I like the mode, but I don't think it will be popular after this tournament, because it just missed the Dark Ages economy build-up, and I kind of like the Dark Age. So
okay, that's interesting. I think for the viewers, it's very exciting.
Yeah, for the viewers, they like it more.
Yeah, and for you as a player, obviously, the Dark Age is very important to the game. Do you think that the civilizations now in Empire Wars are the strong civilizations in Empire Wars are very different, and that's something that you had to prepare for?
Not really. Like you see, these Meso civils are still overpowered, like Inca, Mayans, Aztec.
Okay. Interesting that you say Mayans is overpowered, because I think Mayans actually struggled in this tournament to have a lot of wins. But civilizations like Incas and Aztecs were very feared, and I think you banned the Incas. Sorry, no, you picked Incas against Viper. But then obviously you still got to play your Mayans, which you won. So you're personally a big fan of the Meso civs yourself?
Yes.
Great. So yeah, congratulations to you again. And will this be a very big motivating tournament for you? Will you be more motivated in future? Will you play harder? And do you think that this is something where you will be able to follow into the next tournaments and continue into the next tournaments with even more energy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mr. Yo, so much for chatting with us here. Congratulations. I won't keep you any longer because I'm sure you want to celebrate. This is a huge moment for you, obviously taking out the Viper in the grand finals.
Thank you.
Awesome. So there we go. That was Mr. Yo. Such a nice guy. I mean, I had the pleasure of meeting him very briefly at NAC3. So I really appreciate that he came to do a short interview with us here. And wow, what an amazing tournament this has been. I cannot believe just how intense that last series was. I never imagined that we would see that. But all I have to say now is just congratulations to everyone involved. Obviously, I think all the production has done a fantastic job. Robo behind the scenes for making all the players be on time. The Capture Age guys for putting up the overlay. Everybody in the stream for tuning in and showing up. I think we had over 55,000 viewers there during the finals, which is an incredible number. And that's not including Mr. Yo's viewers as well on top of that. So it just goes to show that Age of Empires is very much alive and well right now. And as Dave mentioned just a few moments ago, of course, we have Battle of Africa to look forward to very soon. You can find out information about that on AOE Zone. But that's it from us. I hope you've all enjoyed the show. Thank you once again, finally, to Red Bull and to everybody who took part in the tournament, Nilly, T90, and Dave. And of course, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.